A mom whose arrest video went viral says she's going to sue the city of New York. You may remember this story from last week when 23-year-old Jazmine Headley went to a public benefits office in Brooklyn. She was asked to move after taking a seat on the floor with her one-year-old child. The whole thing escalated when police officers and security guards pried her baby from her arms before they handcuffed her. Now Headley is telling her side of the story. She spoke to the New York Times reporter Ashely Southall and Nikita Stewart.
Hey, Ashely, you are with us now. Thank you so much for coming here. We saw the video first on my news feed, and then we aired it, and we had so many questions about the context and how we got here. I'm wondering, first off, when you saw that video, what was your initial reaction?
What is going on here?
Yeah.
You know, we'd seen from the woman who posted it that people are just there handling business. She's sitting on the floor, minding her business, not really blocking people from going to and fro, and that she had had some sort of dispute with the guards, and they had called in the cops, and this was the result. Mm-hmm. And so I just really wanted to get to the bottom of why she was there and why she sat on the floor and what she was trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm.
And you know, Anne-Marie and I talked about this because we knew that there was a bigger story than what we were just seeing on the video. All of us, and many Americans who watch this network, will have people that have been on public assistance and know how frustrating it can be. What were the circumstances that led to her being there in the first place?
Mm-hmm. So her son's child care had been cut off, and there was no kind of notice from the city. She found out from her child's daycare provider after dropping him off the day before. The woman told her that she had punched in his voucher number and nothing came up, and she wasn't able to receive the payment. So she needed to fix it before the child could come back. So this required Jazmine to take the day off work, come down to the benefits office. The child care situation, she wasn't able to quite work out immediately, so she decided to check on another case that she had for public assistance that had been cut off after she started working, and she wanted to show someone her pay stubs to show that she cannot afford to get by just on what she makes.
Mm-hmm. So by that time, how many hours has she been there?
So by the time she finished, she had gotten there just before 10 a.m. and then by the time she spoke with her case manager for the child care, it was about 12:30. So she had been there at least 2.5 hours. Right. And she had also gone to try and put her kid in the play area because he was getting restless. So some time had passed, and it'd been a long morning already.
So she's there several hours with a one-year-old. She decides, look, I can't get this one issue taken care of, but I'll just get this other issue because I've already taken a day off of work and there's no place to sit.
And she also needs to take another number and begin the waiting process all over again.
Yeah, so the case manager gives her another number to go to the separate section that deals with public assistance, and it's in a different waiting room or a different area of the waiting room, and she has to wait longer. She didn't want to leave because she came there that day to get something done, and she didn't want to leave without getting something done because she wants to prove to the daycare that she's a responsible young parent. Mm-hmm. And so leaving empty-handed was just not an option for her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now the security guard comes over. Describe what happened there.
She says that the security guard comes over and is just ordering her to get up. They're saying that she's sitting in a fire zone, but she says, hey, look, around next to my child's stroller, there's a recycling bin and trash bins. And so if I'm in the fire zone, they're in a fire zone too. There's also nowhere to sit that can accommodate me and my child. And
so she gives the security guard some pushback.
Yes.
I mean, she sort of admits that by that time she was pretty irritated.
Yes.
Right.
During this interaction, Ms. Headley is described as calm. This is backed up, according to our sources, by the police body camera video. Mm-hmm. That she is firm, but she's upset, but she's just saying, okay, stop talking to me. Let me speak to a supervisor. Mm-hmm. If a supervisor can tell me I need to leave, then I'll leave. And then the guards go away for about 10 minutes and they come back with the police.
And she is willing to leave.
She was willing to leave, but she really wanted to speak to a supervisor. She wanted someone to address the reason that she was there. She didn't want to leave without being able to have these benefits that help her to provide for her son, who is her life.
Right.
You know, your piece that you wrote with Nikita Stewart is titled How She's Starting to Speak Out. There's a growing public reckoning that is happening for people who are seeking public assistance and are, you know, brutalized by the system. I mean, they are trying to make their lives a little better, and they find themselves in situations like this. They don't all go viral, but this is not unique to Jazmine's story.
Sure, it's not unique at all. I mean, there are many, many accounts of people who go there and wait long times. It's a grinding process. Even if you go through a job training program, you end up taking lots of time off to meet your appointments and just meet the bureaucratic obligations that you have to receive public assistance. It's not easy at all.
And so often minor errors result in you getting kicked off, having to start the process all over again, because I think some people might see this and think, well, why did her son lose those benefits? What did she do wrong?
Right.
And part of the system is that it's very easy for errors to pop up that force people off of the assistance.
Right. I mean, the technology that HRA uses is sometimes like you look at their computers and wonder what space age they came from, because it's so old and there's so much paperwork and it's so outdated.
Well, first of all, real quickly before you go, what is next for her? What is she going to be doing? We know she's suing the city.
She's going to speak out a little bit more. She wants to just figure out, where she goes from here. I think she's still thinking about that. She is going to sue the city. She doesn't want to see this happen again. She wants to see some meaningful changes, but she also wants to know why she was treated that way. And that's still a question that is outstanding.
Well, I urge our viewers to check out the reporting that you did with Nikita on the New York Times website. It's really...
It answers a lot of the questions
answers a lot of questions that a lot of people had about what led to this moment. Her backstory, which is, unique to her, but a lot of people will be able to relate to the circumstances that led her to be in that public assistance office. Ashely, thank you so much for your reporting, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.